What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As you just saw in the intro there, got the oil pan welded up at Lakeview. Had to get the AN fitting for the oil drain or return line welded onto the oil pan. Just went into Canadian Tire, grabbed some RTV for the sealant on the oil pan, grabbed some high heat paint for the oil pan as well, and grabbed some thread locker as well. We're gonna head to the garage now and let's get this turbo kit installed. Alright guys, so I just grabbed the oil pan, scuffed it down with some red Scotch-Brite on the other side, cleaned out the inside because it's full of like metal shavings and stuff like that from the welding, grinding, and everything like that. I'm gonna spray this out with some high temp spray paint. As you can see, it's got some paint taken off of it just from the welding, so I'm just gonna go over it one more time. I'm gonna tape over this, and let's get some paint laid down. Got the paint laid down on this. I'm gonna let this bad boy dry up, and then we're gonna get it put onto the bottom of the block. Okay, so as you can see, I've disassembled the turbo here. I'm gonna be spraying this with the same high heat temp paint as we did the oil pan. And I'm gonna also do the cold side as well, just so that the whole entire turbo looks black. This is the first time actually taking the turbo apart, and honestly, it's not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna mask this, and mask this, and then we can get to spraying. Next up, we're gonna put some RTV onto the new oil pan, or I guess the old oil pan. I got this all cleaned up, and I'm gonna be using just some JDL Ultimate RTV. All right guys, I know this video just kind of jumped around the place a little bit, but just gonna give you a quick update here. I just resprayed both the hot side and the cold side. As you can see, we went same color as we went on the brakes, and then the hot paint for the hot side. The oil pan is now under the car. It is installed. You have to let the gasket maker on the oil pan kind of sit hand tight for about an hour and a half. It's kind of cold in the garage. I'm gonna turn the heat on in here right now, but I'm gonna let that dry up for probably about another hour, and then I'll tighten those up, and then we can start throwing some stuff actually into this thing. All right guys, so as you can see, you just watched me struggle to put this header in by myself. It's pretty heavy and not awesome, but it's in. The only thing that susses me out a little bit is how close it is to the radiator motor, I guess. Once I've got these back in together, all the bolts semi-tight, just so I can still clock the turbo, I'm gonna mount this up. Like I said, I'm a little sussed out about how close it is to this radiator fan, but this is the kit, so I'm assuming that's how it is. There is still a gap in there, it's not touching, as you can see, but a little closer than I would like. Anyways, let's get this turbo put back together and get it put on the car. Alright guys, so got these the T4 bolts here done up nice and tight. It's clocked pretty nicely right now. So here's your oil feed. The drain's obviously on the opposite side of that. And then on both sides here, there's two coolant lines, which I already have ran. Here's the line for it. The line has not been cut yet. And that goes, there's two nipples right underneath the throttle body. You can't really see them right now. And those are gonna tee in with these two here. Alright guys, so this is the first time seeing the turbo in the car with the black housing and everything like that, and man, it looks so sick. I'm excited to see it with the gold compressor housing as well, but man, it looks so sick. Alright guys, hot side is on, clocked. I'm hoping that this is not too much angle. This is kind of the best I can do. As you can see, there's the oil drain. So what I need to do here is I'm gonna attach a bracket to just pull this away from the belt. Some of the issues I've had with this kit, or like when I was looking to install it, is I didn't know where the oil like drain line went. That's one. And two, since I opted for the DIY welded oil pan bung for the drain line, I wasn't sure where to put it on. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys exactly where it goes. If you look up, there's the turbo right there. As you can see, the line is right there. It's touching the belt, as you can see, but it's gonna go above this coolant line, through the header, and into the pre-welded bung right there. Up next, we're getting this downpipe on. I'm excited to see this thing on, as this is kind of like the finishing touch for the hot side. What's up, guys? It's the next day. We're making some good progress on the car. This video probably jumps around a little bit, but the main preface of the video is just kind of to show you how I go about installing this. So right now, I'm plumbing the charge piping. So as you can see, we've got 2 of the red charge pipes in, and we're just working the silicone now. I was gonna put this core support brace in, but it's honestly, it's quite a pain in the ass to get this in without those in, so I left that out for now. We still need to plumb the coolant lines to the turbo, and apparently these fittings here are a pain. But right now I'm just gonna plumb this cold side charge piping, maybe even mount the intercooler, and just get some good progress made on the cold side now. All right, guys, it's been a little while now. Pretty much all of the cold side charge piping's in. The intercooler is in now. All the charge piping's in. I'm starting to like the look of this. This is looking good, but this intercooler was a pain to get in. So we've got pretty much everything done now. So I'm waiting for the fittings for the coolant line. Those are in the freezer right now, as they are like impossible to get into these lines. So I'm hoping that will help get them in. But once those are in, put the inlet on with the intake, route a few more lines. Right now I'm gonna work on the wastegate underneath the car. I'm gonna get the dump tube from the wastegate routed, and look into how I need to route this vacuum line from the wastegate up to the turbo. And then after that, pretty much ready to put some oil in this thing and get it started. Alright guys, everything's done. I know kind of jumped around a little bit throughout the video, but I honestly don't really know what I'm doing, so it's kind of hard to tell you guys what I'm doing. A lot of stuff took like way too long to add into the video, but here it is. I love the gold on the compressor housing. So I do need to still add a filter here, but I'm gonna start without it for right now. It's full of oil. I added quite a bit of oil just because it has to work the oil up into the turbo, back down as a drain line, so I added a little bit extra. But first I need to pull in the Jetta into the garage so that I can hook this up to a jump, because it is totally dead. And then we can get this thing started up.